Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name's Heather. I'm an intuitive artist, author, counselor, coach, animal communicator, energy healer, and I'm on a mission to empower and embolden others to connect with their divine radiant light. I've been doing monthly energy forecasts for a couple of years now, and recently we've been incorporating the granularity of kind of a weekly forecast. So that's what today is. It's a weekly forecast. But I will say this, if you're coming to it and it isn't a week from today, the day the video drops, that sounds so official, like I'm gonna drop my single or something. Anyway, if you're coming to that at a different time, there's still a reason. There's, coincidence, if you like, something guiding you here to listen to the message. So don't click away just because, it's no longer March 2024 or whatever. Give it a listen, see if you can glean something from it. And I say that because this one is a little bit different this week. I'm here just for a short time. I'm here for a good time and a short time, but I will be stepping aside and I'm going to be channeling a group of my guides who wanted to come through and deliver the messages this week. So if you're looking at that and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Hi, I'm also a channeler. I didn't add that in the spiel at the beginning, but I work with a team of multidimensional spirit and angelic guides. And often I am consciously channeling, which means it's kind of a call and answer. I hear their message, feel, see, sense. I receive it different ways and I speak it to you, but this time it's a full trance channel where I am out of there consciously, out of there. And the guides speak through me. They use my physicality to speak. So that's what you're gonna see in just a couple of minutes after a cute little intro, 11-second spiel video thing. And then I'll come back at the end to check back in with you. So I hope you enjoy it this week. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you again in just a few minutes. Bye. Hello, bright and beautiful beings. We are so appreciative for the time that you will spend with us today. We thank you in advance for allowing us the opportunity to connect with you through this frequency, through this broadcast. Since we are fairly new to this audience, we would like at this time to introduce ourselves to you. We choose to go by the name of the Idolar. And that is a collective name for we are a group of souls, some in multidimensional localities, some in past timelines, some in current timelines, some in the spirit realm, some in the angelic realm. We come from many different locations and we come together through the vessel of the channel that you are watching, so that we may share our different perspectives upon things that are occurring on your planet at this time. We refer to ourselves as a coalition of light. We know there are others who are councils. We feel coalition speaks more to our collective intent to share information with you. Yes, in a teaching capacity, but also in a capacity of community and encouragement. We do not come to preach. We are not in a guru, as you would use on your planet, that phrase. We are not in that kind of role. We simply have a different perspective than you do, as you are someone who is in the experience at this time, and we are individuals and collective groups of souls who are apart from that experience at this time. So it gives us a different perspective. That is all. And that is one of the first things we would like to include for you today is when you are seeking a connection with your own guides, with others who speak to individuals and groups and councils and coalitions, know that it is always only a different perspective. It may be a perspective of someone or a being who has had an experience similar to yours, one that can witness something from afar and therefore see around different angles and shadows and perspectives in that way. But no one has more information, more quality of the experience than you do. So use all of these things as information and guidance and direction for yourself, but not above your own soul's truth. And we would love to connect with you and speak with you today on your own soul's truth. Some of you at this point in time, within the next week to 2 weeks, as you know time currently on your planet, are sitting in an experience of what we will phrase extreme surrender. You are in the space between. It may feel somewhat like a void where you have no grasp on what is coming next and you feel untethered to what has come before. We understand that this can feel very alarming, very ambiguous, very confusing, and even for some of you, quite dark. But we would say this is the darkness from which creation can bloom. If you always have the answers to how something turns out, where something has come from, if you have absolute clarity as you would think it is on a situation, you are not allowing for the unexpected. You are not allowing for the surprise. You are not allowing for what is magical and mystical to meet you on your path. Now, it may seem to you as a simple answer to say, go with the flow. Just sit in the space in between. It will all be fine, but we assure you it will be. We would also say, investigate and explore your perspective. How do you define for yourself what is comfortable, what is okay, what is successful, what is scary, what is frightening, what is tedious, what is boring, what is expansive? For each of you will have not only a different answer to that than someone else, but a different answer to all of those questions at different times in your life. We have observed with many on your planet that there seems to be almost as if a hat were placed on top of someone's head, and those are the perspectives and the opinions and the viewpoints that someone has a very difficult time shaking loose, coming out of. It's as if the hat is glued to their head and they cannot remove it, and it obstructs their view as well. Make sure this is not occurring to you at this time. It is fine to have, of course, beliefs, faith, trust in yourself, in the divine, in the one who is within and above and has created all. But we would say, loosen your grip somewhat in the way in which it is comfortable for you to do so, or maybe comfort is not necessarily a key ingredient, and we can come back to that in a moment. But explore for yourself which of those perspectives are perhaps no longer serving your highest and best good. Not to seem reductionist about this, but we would share with you a metaphor for this. If you were to imagine a child, and simply from their short stature, if nothing else, but also from their life experience, as a child walks through a room, they see things from where their eyes are located. And they may look up and things may look tall, things may look daunting, obstacles may look challenging and inviting for some, may look overwhelming and threatening to another. As that child grows in height and in experience, those same objects, obstacles, items take on a different view. They are no longer as overwhelming. They are no longer as unattainable. They are no longer necessarily threats. But at that same point, something else may come into the environment that challenges that child's view of what is safe. We feel that we have a grasp on development, and that at a certain point in time when we are grown, and as we say we are sharing your experience with you, when you are grown, when you are an adult, when you have accomplished X, Y, and Z on your map of life, whether that is graduating from school, whether that is having a family, whether that is having a certain profession. We feel that that is sometimes a finish line after which we should have and glean all of the knowledge about ourselves, and everything should be firm and set, and there should be no wiggle room, nothing untethered or unanswered, and that is simply not the case. In the current expression of your world, the structure in which you live does not necessarily support fluidity. It prefers that you choose a perspective, lock into that, and find those who agree with you, and more importantly, for the way in which the energy is groomed to work in your world, find those who oppose that viewpoint, for then you can be in direct opposition to someone, and you can have a purpose in standing firm, in arguing, in connecting to your truth versus someone else's truth. We would say at this time, those structures are rightly falling. And while we can see that on a large scale within your world, with governments, with industry, with schools, with politics, with things of that nature, where we see that the two structure system is not supportive of the many different intricacies of beliefs and perspectives that exist in your planet. And so shepherding someone into one side or another is a means of control and restriction. But often we are missing the fact, and we are using the we in this sentence as you. Many of you on the planet at this time are missing the ability to look at that polarity, that duality within yourself. And we understand that for you, it feels safe to have a yes and a no, and a me versus them. There can be comfort in that, for that is what you have known for most of your lives. We would allow you then to release that, to sit in the sacred energy of what if. Not that your beliefs are not true, not that your perspectives are invalid, but they are limited. We would ask you to sit in the space of the unknown and see it as the seed that is germinating such a beautiful future for you, for your species, for your planet, for the co-creation of others to work in this delicate dance of delicious creation with you. But you must release that grip that you hold on your truth. That does not mean fully fall into the great black hole of uncertainty, for we understand that can be quite frightening. But in the small moments that you can, when you find yourself asserting a belief, an opinion, a perspective, a judgment so clearly that it is almost automatically coming forth from you, see if you notice that and stop it before it comes forth. Let it pass through a gate of softening. Let it pass through a gate of maturation. And at that time, allow the energy of what if. What if the one way I am seeing something is only one way, and there are infinite other possibilities? That it's not my responsibility to know intimately all of those possibilities, but only to accept that they exist, and therefore release the grasp that I hold on my own judgment, my opinion, my belief, ever so slightly. If it helps to think of it also in the terms of creating a soup of some sort, your perspective, your belief is only but one ingredient. How boring would it be if you ate just one ingredient day after day after day after day? One of the beautiful things about being in a third dimensional physical world is experiencing what the body can enjoy, and taste and flavor are some of those aspects that you are here to witness and enjoy. So when we use this metaphor, we ask you to take it on board in that way. You are also here in this third dimensional reality, physical beings at this time, to witness the tug and pull and pressure of duality and of the unraveling of that duality. So if you feel that it is compressing you, constricting you, pinching you in those ways, we say you're right where you're supposed to be at this time as a conscious co-creator of the new way. So sit in the energy of the unexpected. Breathe into it. And we would take that one step farther and say, even when you are breathe in possibility and breathe out nervousness, because so many of you sit in an energy of, if I don't know what's coming around the corner, then I should be worried. I should brace myself for impact. I should be prepared. And preparation is fine. But if you are preparing for every possible outcome that your brain, your logic can come up with, you still don't have all the answers, for we tell you there is so much more than what you can witness. And that is not to say you are limited, for you are extremely unlimited, but accessing that unlimited nature of yourself requires that you pass through that gate of uncertainty and that you sit in the space of the unexpected. We thank you for allowing us to connect with you in this beautiful way today, and we wish you most abundant blessings, love, and joy upon your journey. Thank you. Okay, what did you think? How did you like the message? I hope that it resonated with you. It's interesting that when I am trance channeling, I won't remember really the nitty-gritty details of anything. I know we were speaking about sitting in the space of the unexpected because my team did kind of run that part by me first, and I know the feeling or the frequency or the resonance of what's coming through. So it felt like we're in a little bit of a sticky widget for a bit. Some of us may be, the team is saying now, some are stuck, some are flailing around. Potato, patata. But I hope that there was information there that can help you navigate that for yourself, because there's always something we can do to shift our perspective, to take a different action. And one of the things that I don't think was part of the channeled message, but that I've been working with people for a while now about, and a while I mean like specifically in the last few days, is taking aligned actions about things. We know when we feel like, oh, I'm out of the frequency, or I want this particular goal or whatever, and it's not just, oh, and because I do affirmations every day, which, by the way, if you're interested in that, check out my social medias, and I'll link all that below. But I do a daily affirmation, and sometimes it's going to be a channeled message, but I feel very obligated as a purveyor of affirmations to say that it's not just showing up and saying the happy words or showing up and being in a frequency. You got to take the darn actions. You got to still do things based on those frequencies and based on those affirmations and those positive words to get what you want. It's not just like, I'm gonna be this certain thing and that attracts it. You gotta do stuff. You gotta take action as that. So, off my little soapbox for a second there. Anyway, taking the aligned actions when we're in those moments of uncertainty, when we're in like the in-between, there's always something you can do to change things up a little bit for yourself, even if it's just the smallest incremental stuff like a daily habit or a way in which you support yourself and show up for yourself. So with that, I will conclude this little engagement we have here. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, let me know what you thought of the channeling too, by the way. If I didn't already say that, leave me a message below. I'll see you later. Bye.